"We don't want you here anymore, Dad." My son Michael said it on Christmas morning, standing in the doorway of the house I'd helped him buy. His kids were 10 feet behind him, still in their pajamas, holding presents I'd sent 3 weeks early so they'd be under the tree. He didn't lower his voice, didn't step outside, just stood there like I was a solicitor he was dismissing. I looked past him at the living room, saw the leather couch I'd co-signed for, the TV mounted on the wall I'd paid to have finished. Michael's wife Lauren appeared behind him. She didn't say anything, just put her hand on his shoulder, unified front. That's when I knew this wasn't an argument. This was a decision they'd already made. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and write in the comments what time it is where you are now. I was holding a gift bag, had another 3 in the truck, spent 2 months finding the right things for Emma and Jake, 10 and 7, used to call me Papa, used to run to the door when I showed up. "Can I at least give these to the kids?" I said. "We'll bring them in," Michael said. "Thanks for dropping them off." Thanks for dropping them off. Like I was Amazon. I didn't move. "It's Christmas morning, Michael. We have plans today, family plans." He said family like I wasn't part of it anymore. "We talked about this. We hadn't talked about anything. 3 weeks ago, I'd called to confirm Christmas dinner. Lauren answered. Said they were keeping it small this year. I'd assumed that meant her parents weren't coming. They lived in Florida. Visited once, maybe twice a year. "Small," I said. "So who's coming?" Michael's jaw tightened. "Dad, we're not doing this on the porch." "Then, invite me in." "No." Flat. Final. "Look, this isn't working anymore. The kids need consistency. You keep showing up and undermining our rules." "What rules?" "The video games. The sugar. Last time you were here, you let Jake stay up until 10 watching movies." "Last time I was here was Jake's birthday. September. I had taken him to see a movie because Michael was working late." Again. Lauren had texted me at 9:30, asking where we were. I had brought Jake home at 9:45. He'd hugged me goodnight and run upstairs talking about the characters. "That was 3 months ago," I said. "You don't respect our parenting," Lauren said. First words she'd spoken. "And honestly, Walter, the kids are getting confused. You tell them one thing, we tell them another." I stared at her. "Confused about what?" "Everything. Boundaries. Expectations. Emma asked why you're allowed to give them candy, but we're not. I brought them chocolates for Halloween. 2 pieces each." "It's the principle," Michael said. "You don't live here. You don't get to make those calls." The gift bag felt heavy. I'd bought Emma a set of art supplies. Good ones. She'd told me in October she wanted to try painting. Michael and Lauren had said art supplies were too messy for the house, so I'd bought washable everything. Smocks, drop cloths, watched YouTube videos about teaching kids to paint. "Can I talk to them?" I said. "Just to say Merry Christmas?" "They're busy opening presents." "From who?" "I'm their grandfather." "From us, from Lauren's parents. They sent gifts." "Sent, from Florida." But somehow that was more valid than me standing on the porch. "I drove an hour to get here," I said. "And we appreciate that." Michael's hand was on the door, already closing it. "We'll text you later." "Michael, Merry Christmas, Dad." The door shut. I heard the deadbolt slide. I stood there holding the gift bag, heard Emma's voice inside, high and excited. "Mommy, can we open another one?" I set the bag down on the porch, walked back to my truck, sat in the driver's seat for 10 minutes watching the house, lights on in every window, shapes moving past. Normal Christmas morning, except the person who'd made it possible wasn't invited inside. I drove home, took back roads, didn't trust myself on the highway. The house was cold when I got back. Heat set to 65 because it's just me now. Evelyn died 4 years ago. Heart attack. Fast. Doctors said she didn't suffer. I suffered. Every day since. I sat at the kitchen table. The one I'd built 30 years ago. Oak. Solid. Evelyn had loved that table. Hosted every holiday here. 20, 30 people some years. Family, friends, neighbors who didn't have anywhere else to go. Now it was me and silence. I pulled out my phone, opened my banking app, started scrolling. $42,000. That's what I'd given Michael for the down payment on that house. December 2019. He'd been renting, lease ending. Found a place he loved but couldn't get approved for the full mortgage. I'd written the check same day he asked. Didn't hesitate, didn't ask for a contract. He was my son. $28,000 for the wedding. June 2016. Lauren wanted the venue on the lake. Evelyn and I had saved for years knowing Michael would get married eventually. We paid for everything. Venue, catering, flowers, open bar, 200 guests. Michael had hugged me that night. Told me he'd never forget it. Apparently he had. $15,000 for the Silverado he drove. March 2021, his old car died. Transmission. He'd called me in a panic. Needed a vehicle for work. Couldn't afford payments on top of the mortgage. I'd co-signed. Told him to pay me back when he could. Never did. $8,500 for the basement renovation. July 2022. Michael wanted a playroom for the kids. Called it an investment in the house. I'd paid for the drywall, the flooring, the paint. Spent 2 weekends helping him install it myself. My knees ached for a month after. $3,200 for Emma's medical bills. February 2023. She'd broken her arm on the playground. Insurance didn't cover everything. Lauren had called me crying. Said they couldn't afford the out-of-pocket costs. I'd called the hospital and paid by phone. Then the monthly hemorrhage. The texts that always started the same way. Dad, can you help with groceries, utilities, car insurance, Emma's dance classes, Jake's soccer league, new tires, vet bills for the dog I'd told them they couldn't afford. Each time it was an emergency. Each time it was temporary. I scrolled back through Venmo. 2 years of transactions. $400, $275, $180, $500, $325, $150, $600. I stopped counting at $23,000. Add it all up. $119,700 in gifts and loans and temporary help that never got paid back, not counting the birthday checks. The Christmas gifts. The times I'd watch the kids so Michael and Lauren could have date nights. 47 times last year. I'd counted after Evelyn died. Gave me something to do, something to feel useful for. They'd paid me back in visits. 6 times in 2023, 3 times so far this year. Christmas, Easter, Jake's birthday in September. Each time maybe 90 minutes, 2 hours if I was lucky. I'd hosted Thanksgiving, spent 2 days cooking, turkey, stuffing, 3 kinds of pie. Michael's favorite sweet potato casserole. They'd arrived at 3, left at 5:15. Michael said Jake was tired. Needed to get him home for bed. Jake had been running around playing with the dog. Now it was Christmas, and I wasn't good enough to be let in the door. I sat there staring at the numbers. Felt something cold spread through my chest. Not grief. Not yet. Something harder. I'd spent 53 years being a father. Worked double shifts at the plant so Michael could have new shoes, school trips, a car when he turned 16. Missed his baseball games because someone had to pay the mortgage. Evelyn went. Took pictures. I saw them later. I'd thought that was the deal. You sacrifice, you provide, you show up. Eventually your kids understand. Eventually they take care of you the way you took care of them. Michael understood something different. He understood I was a resource, available, reliable, convenient when he needed money or free childcare, inconvenient when I had opinions about video games or bedtimes. The kids need consistency, he'd said. What they needed was a grandfather who loved them, who showed up, who remembered what it was like to be 7 and want to stay up late, who knew Emma liked painting and Jake liked movies with spaceships. But that wasn't consistent with whatever parenting philosophy Michael and Lauren had downloaded from the internet. I looked around the kitchen. Pictures on the fridge. Emma's drawing of a house with 3 stick figures. Papa's house, she'd written at the bottom. Jake's school photo from last year. Gap-toothed smile. I'd kept every drawing they'd ever made me. Every card, every craft project. Box in the closet labeled Emma and Jake. Organized by year. What did Michael keep of me? My phone buzzed. Text from Michael. Thanks for the gifts. Kids loved them. Not Merry Christmas. Not sorry for earlier. Just thanks for the gifts, like I'd fulfilled my function. I typed back. Can I come by this week? Take the kids for ice cream? 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. We'll let you know. Things are really busy right now. Busy. Code for no. I set the phone down. Stared at the table. At the empty chairs where Evelyn used to sit. Where Michael used to do homework. Where Emma and Jake used to color while I made them grilled cheese. The house was too quiet. I picked up the phone again. Called my brother Dennis. 2 years older. Lived in Colorado. We talked every few months. Merry Christmas, he said. Sounded cheerful. Voices in the background. Merry Christmas. Hey, hold on. The background noise faded. Door closing. Okay. What's wrong? I told him. All of it. Michael's words. The door closing. The money I'd counted. Dennis was quiet for a long time. You still have the bank records? He said finally. Yeah. Why? Get copies. Print them. Put them somewhere safe. Dennis, listen to me. This isn't going to get better. Michael's made his choice. You're the bank. That's all you are to him now. And when you're not useful anymore, when you're old and need help, he's going to put you somewhere and forget about you. He's my son. And you're his father. How'd that work out this morning? I didn't have an answer. Protect yourself, Dennis said. That's all I'm saying. Make sure when the time comes, you're not left with nothing. We talked for another 20 minutes. His kids wanted to say Merry Christmas. I tried to sound cheerful, told them I'd send gifts next week. After I hung up, I sat in the silence. Dennis was wrong. Had to be. This was a rough patch. Parenting stress. Maybe Lauren's influence. She'd always been controlling. Michael would realize. Give it time. But the cold feeling in my chest wouldn't leave. I opened my laptop, printed every bank statement from the last 5 years, highlighted every transfer to Michael, every loan, every Venmo request, organized them by date, amount, category. Took 3 hours, used a whole ream of paper. When I finished, I had a stack 2 inches thick. Documentation of everything I'd given, every sacrifice, every time I'd put Michael first. I put it in a folder, labeled it, locked it in my filing cabinet. Didn't know why. Just knew Dennis was right about one thing. I needed to protect myself. Because Michael had made something clear today. I was on my own. I tried calling 2 days later. Michael didn't answer. Texted back. At work. What's up? Wanted to see how the kids are doing. They're good. That was it. I waited 20 minutes. No follow-up. No, they love the gifts, or Emma wants to call you. I texted, can I take them to the Science Museum next weekend? Jake's been asking about the space exhibit. 3 hours later, we'll check the calendar and let you know. They didn't let me know. I texted again Wednesday. Still okay for the museum? Sorry, we made other plans. Maybe next month. Maybe. Code for no. New. Years came. I didn't get an invitation. Saw Lauren's Instagram post the next day. Someone had tagged me in it. Photo of Michael and Lauren and the kids at a party. Confetti. Champagne glasses. Everyone smiling. Caption, best year yet. Can't wait for 2024. I wasn't in a single photo. I called on Emma's half-birthday. January 17th. Tradition Evelyn started. Half-birthday meant half a cake and a small present. Made the kids feel special in the middle of winter. Michael answered on the 4th ring. Dad, hi. Happy half-birthday to Emma. Is she around? She's at a friend's house. I'll tell her you called. I have her present. Can I drop it off? Just mail it. Michael, I'd like to see her. Silence. Long enough I thought he'd hung up. Dad, I need to be honest with you. Lauren and I have been talking. We think it's better if we have some space right now. The kids are at a sensitive age. All the back and forth is confusing. What back and forth? I haven't seen them since Christmas. Exactly. You show up, then disappear. They don't understand why. I disappear because you won't let me visit. That's not fair. His voice had an edge now. Corporate, like he was managing a difficult client. We've set boundaries. You keep pushing. Boundaries? You mean shutting me out? See, this is the problem. You're making this about you. It's about what's best for Emma and Jake. My hand tightened around the phone. And what's best is not seeing their grandfather. What's best is consistency, stable routines. Lauren's parents visit twice a year. That's manageable. But you want to be involved every week. It's too much. I'm too much. I didn't say that. You just did. Dad, how much money have I given you, Michael? Silence. Ballpark, I said. How much? This isn't about money. Humor me. I don't know. You never asked for it back. Those were gifts. $197, not counting the house down payment interest. Not counting the car loan I'm still on the hook for. Not counting the time I spent helping you renovate, babysit, fix things around your house. Jesus Christ, Dad, you're keeping a ledger? I'm keeping records. There's a difference. This is insane. You give someone a gift, then throw it in their face years later. I gave you everything. I thought that meant something. It does. But that doesn't mean you get to control our lives. I'm not trying to control anything. I just want to see my grandkids. On your terms. When you want. What you want to do. His voice was rising. Did you ever ask us what our schedule was? What worked for us? No, you just showed up and expected us to drop everything. I called first. An hour before. Hey, I'm in the area. Can I stop by? What are we supposed to say? No? You could have said no. We did. You showed up anyway. That stopped me. Because he was right. Twice last year, I'd been in the area and dropped by, even though they'd said they were busy. Evelyn used to tell me not to do that. Said Michael needed space. I hadn't listened. I'm sorry, I said. I didn't realize. It's fine. It's done. But we need boundaries now, Dad. Real ones. We'll reach out when we're ready. Until then, please just give us space. How much space? I don't know. A few months? We'll see. A few months. You want me to not see my grandkids for months? They'll be fine. What about me? Silence again. Longer this time. I'll call you, Michael said. I promise. We just need time. He hung up. I sat there holding the phone. A few months, maybe longer. I'd gone from being too involved to not being involved at all. And the thing that hurt most? Michael sounded relieved. February passed. No call. March came. Emma's birthday. I mailed a card with a check. $100, same as every year. Wrote a long note inside. Told her I loved her, missed her. Hoped to see her soon. Michael texted, Emma says thank you. Not Emma wants to talk to you. Not she misses you too. I texted back, can I call her? No response. I tried calling on her actual birthday. Voicemail. Hey sweetheart, it's Papa. Happy 10th birthday. I love you. Call me back when you can. She didn't call back. April, May, June. Silence. I saw updates on social media. Lauren posted constantly. Emma's dance recital. Jake's soccer game. Michael got a promotion. They bought a new patio set. I wasn't in any of the photos. In July, I drove by their house. Didn't stop, just drove past. Saw Jake in the front yard with a sprinkler. He was laughing. Didn't see me. I kept driving. That night I couldn't sleep. Kept thinking about Jake, about how tall he'd gotten, about how he probably didn't remember me anymore. 8 years old. Memories fade at that age. I got up at 2 in the morning, sat at the kitchen table, stared at Evelyn's chair. I don't know what to do, I said out loud. The house didn't answer. I pulled out my laptop, opened my will, read through it. Everything split evenly between Michael and Dennis. The house, saving, life insurance. Evelyn and I had set it up 20 years ago. Standard estate planning. Michael got half of everything. I stared at that paragraph for a long time. Then I opened a new document. Started typing. Took me 3 days to finish. Had to research, make calls, talk to lawyers. On Friday, I drove to the attorney's office downtown. Same lawyer who'd done Evelyn's estate. "Walter," he said, shaking my hand. "Good to see you. What can I do for you?" I handed him the folder. The bank records, the printed texts, the timeline I'd written. "I need to change my will," I said. He read through everything. Took 40 minutes. Didn't say a word. When he finished, he looked up. "You're sure about this?" "Yes. This will cause problems. You know that." "It's already a problem." He nodded slowly. "All right, let's talk about your options." We talked for 2 hours. He laid out scenarios, consequences, legal protections. By the time I left, I had a plan. It wasn't revenge. Not yet. It was protection. Insurance. A way to make sure I wasn't left with nothing. But it could become more. If Michael kept pushing. If he kept treating me like an ATM instead of a father. Then he'd find out exactly how much he'd taken for granted. I signed the papers August 3rd. New will. New beneficiary on the life insurance. New power of attorney. All of it documented, witnessed, legal. Everything went to Dennis. Michael got nothing. I didn't tell anyone. Locked the papers in my filing cabinet next to the bank records. Waited. September came. Jake's birthday. I sent a card. A check. Same note as Emma's. "Love you. Miss you. Hope to see you soon." No response. October, November. Still nothing. Thanksgiving, I cooked for myself. Turkey breast, box stuffing. Watched football alone. My phone didn't ring. December arrived. Christmas decorations went up around the neighborhood. I didn't bother. What was the point? On December 18th, my phone buzzed. Text from Michael. "Hey, Dad. Hope you're doing well. Quick question. Can you watch the kids Christmas Eve? Lauren's parents are coming into town and we want to take them out to dinner. Just for a few hours. Let me know." I stared at the text. 10 months. Not a single call. Not a visit. Not even a response to my birthday cards. Now he needed something. I typed, "No." 3 dots appeared immediately. "Everything okay?" "Everything's fine. I have plans." "Can you cancel? We're really in a bind here." "No." The dots appeared and disappeared 3 times. Finally, "Seriously? It's Christmas." "Exactly. Merry Christmas, Michael." I turned off my phone. Christmas Eve came. I drove to Dennis's house in Colorado. 12 hours. Spent Christmas with his family. His kids, grandkids I barely knew. They were happy to see me. Asked questions. Wanted to hear stories about when Dennis and I were kids. I stayed through New Year's. Didn't turn my phone back on until January 2nd. 47 missed calls, 23 texts, all from Michael. The texts started polite, escalated to angry, ended with threats. "You're being ridiculous. We needed you and you bailed. Lauren's parents think you're insane. Don't bother coming around anymore if this is how you're going to act." I deleted them all, called Dennis. "How'd it go?" he said. "He's furious." "Good. Let him be. What's he going to do? Stop talking to you?" We both laughed. Bitter, but real. "Thanks for letting me stay," I said. "Anytime. You're always welcome here." I hung up feeling lighter than I had in months. Michael wanted to cut me off? Fine. But he'd just learned something important. I could cut him off too. And I had a lot more to cut. 2 weeks later, my doorbell rang. 6 p.m. Dark already. I opened the door. Michael stood on my porch. Alone. No Lauren. No kids. "Hi, Dad." "Michael, can I come in?" I stepped aside. He walked, past me into the living room, looked around like he was cataloging changes. There weren't any. "Coffee?" I said. "No, thanks." We sat. Him on the couch, me in my chair. "You didn't return my calls," he said. "Didn't see the point. The point is, I'm your son. And you made it clear I'm not your father. Not in any way that matters." His jaw tightened. "That's not fair." Fair. Michael, you shut me out for a year, didn't let me see my grandkids, didn't return my calls. Then you text me needing a favor and I'm supposed to drop everything? We needed space. I explained that. You got space. You got 10 months of it. And now I'm here, trying to fix this. Why now? He looked away. Because Lauren's mad at me. Says I handled this wrong. That I should have kept you involved. Lauren's mad, so now you care. That's not... He stopped, rubbed his face. Look, I screwed up, okay? I was stressed. The kids were difficult. Work was insane. I took it out on you. You took $197 out on me. His head snapped up. Are we back to this? We never left it. You treat me like a bank, Michael. Have for years. And when I wanted something back, not money, just time with my grandkids, you cut me off. So what? You're punishing me? I'm protecting myself. From what? From being used. He stood up, paced. This is insane. I made some mistakes. I'm apologizing. What more do you want? I want to know if you actually care, or if you're here because you need something. I don't need anything. Then why are you here? Because you're my father. Now I am. When it's convenient. He stared at me, something shifting behind his eyes. What do you want me to say? His voice was quieter now, controlled. You want me to grovel? Fine, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have shut you out. The kids miss you. I miss you. Lauren feels terrible. Can we move past this? Do the kids actually miss me? Or is that something you're saying? They ask about you. When? I don't know. Sometimes. Michael? Okay, fine. Emma asked last month why you didn't come to Thanksgiving. I told her you were busy. I was alone, eating turkey breast and watching football by myself. His face flushed. How was I supposed to know that? You could have invited me. After you ignored me at Christmas, why would I? We stared at each other. Years of resentment filling the room. This isn't going to work, I said finally. What isn't? This. You apologizing because Lauren told you to. Coming here expecting me to forgive everything and go back to how it was. Then what do you want? I want my son back. Not the one who needs money. Not the one who needs a babysitter. The one who called just to talk. Who visited because he wanted to. Who remembered I existed when he didn't need something. I do remember. When's the last time you called just to ask how I was? Silence. Exactly. Michael sat back down, deflated. I don't know how to fix this, he said. Neither do I. We sat there in silence. The clock ticking. Same clock that had been on that wall for 30 years. Finally, Michael stood. I should go. Yeah. He walked to the door, stopped, turned back. For what it's worth, I am sorry. I know I've been a shitty son. I know. He left. I sat in my chair until midnight. Didn't move. Didn't turn on the TV. Just sat. Thought about Evelyn. About what she'd say if she were here. Probably that I was being stubborn. That Michael was trying. That I should meet him halfway. But Evelyn wasn't here. And I was tired of being the only one trying. 3 months passed. March, April, May. Michael didn't call. Neither did I. June 2nd, my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Mr. Sullivan, this is Patricia Gonzalez from St. Mary's Hospital. My chest tightened. What happened? Your son Michael was in a car accident. He's stable, but he's asking for you. I was in the truck before she finished talking. The hospital was 40 minutes away. I made it in 30. Michael was in a bed in the ER, bandage on his forehead, arm in a sling, bruises down the right side of his face. Lauren sat next to him. Red eyes. Mascara smeared. Dad, Michael said when he saw me. What happened? Semi ran a red light, hit the passenger side. His voice was hoarse. I'm okay. Totaled the truck, though. The truck I'd co-signed for. Insurance will cover it? I said. Lauren's face tightened. That's your first question? I'm on the loan, Lauren. I need to know. He almost died, and you're worried about money? He didn't die. He's sitting here talking. So, yes, I'm worried about the loan I'm legally responsible for. Michael held up his good hand. It's okay. Insurance will cover it. Full coverage. I nodded. Looked at Lauren. Where are the kids? With my parents. Are they okay? They weren't in the car, Michael said. I was coming home from work. Relief flooded through me. Good. We sat in uncomfortable silence. Machines beeping. Nurses walking past. Thanks for coming, Michael said finally. You called. I came. I wasn't sure you would. I'm still your father. His eyes watered. I know. I'm sorry, Dad. For everything. This time it sounded real. I know, I said. We talked for 20 minutes. Michael told me about the accident, the semi, the sound of impact, how he'd thought about Emma and Jake in the seconds before the airbag deployed. Made me realize some things, he said, about what matters. Like what? Like I've been an asshole. Like I pushed you away because it was easier than admitting I needed help. Like I took you for granted. Lauren was crying now, quiet. Tissue pressed to her face. I want you in our lives, Dad, Michael said. Really in it. Not just when I need money or a babysitter. I want Emma and Jake to know you before it's too late. Before I die, you mean? Yeah, before you die. At least he was honest. Okay, I said. Okay? Okay, we can try. He smiled, winced. My face hurts when I do that. Then stop smiling. Can't. My dad's here. We both laughed. Lauren, too. It wasn't fixed, not even close, but it was a start. Michael came home 3 days later. I helped, brought groceries, stayed with the kids while Lauren picked him up from the hospital. Emma hugged me when I walked in, held on for a long time. Hi, Papa. Hi, sweetheart. I missed you. Missed you too. Jake was more cautious, hung back. He'd been 5 the last time I'd really spent time with him. Almost didn't remember me. Hey, Jake, you remember me? Your Papa. That's right. Mom said you were busy. I glanced at Lauren's mom. She looked away. I was, I said. But I'm here now. Over the next week, I visited every day. Helped Michael with basic tasks. He couldn't lift anything with the sling. Couldn't drive. Needed help getting dressed. I did what fathers do. Showed up. Lauren was different. Quieter. Less hostile. One afternoon while Michael napped, she pulled me aside. I owe you an apology, she said. For what? For shutting you out. Michael said it was mutual, but I pushed him. I thought you were too involved, too critical. I was critical. You were honest. About things I didn't want to hear. She twisted her wedding ring. My parents aren't involved. They never were. I thought that was normal. When you kept showing up, kept wanting to be part of things, it felt like pressure. It was pressure. I pushed too hard. Maybe. But you cared. That's more than I can say for my own dad. We talked for an hour. Really talked. About boundaries, expectations, what healthy involvement looked like. By the end, we had a plan. Weekly dinners, alternating houses, regular calls with the kids. No surprise visits, no guilt trips. Actual relationship, not obligation. It lasted 3 weeks. Then Michael's truck insurance paid out. $35,000. Enough to cover the loan and buy something used. Michael called me that Friday. Hey, Dad, good news. Insurance came through. That's great. Yeah, so listen. Lauren and I were talking. We're thinking about upgrading, getting something bigger, an SUV maybe. More room for the kids' stuff. My stomach sank. Yeah. How much? I said. We found a great one. Certified pre-owned. $48,000. Insurance covers $35,000. We just need help with the rest. $13,000. As a loan. We'll pay you back. 6 months, tops. I closed my eyes. Michael, I know what you're thinking. But this is different. This is transportation. We need it. You need a $48,000 SUV? It's a good deal. And it's safe. Better safety ratings than anything in our price range. Your price range is $35,000. That's what insurance gave you. Dad, come on. Don't be difficult. It's $13,000. It's $13,000 on top of the $119,700 I've already given you. Silence. You're really keeping count, he said. Yes. That's really messed up, Dad. What's messed up is you asking for more money 3 weeks after promising things would be different. This is different. This is a need, not a want. Then get a loan from the bank. We can't. Our debt-to-income ratio is too high. Because you spent everything I gave you. Because life is expensive. You don't get it. You bought your house for $80,000 40 years ago. Everything's different now. I get it just fine. What I don't get is why you think I'm responsible for your financial problems. You're not. I'm not asking you to be responsible. I'm asking you to help. One more time. You said that last time, and the time before, and the time before that. So what? You're just cutting me off? Completely? I'm setting a boundary, like you did. That's different. How? Because I'm your son, and I'm your father, not your bank. He hung up. I sat there staring at the phone, waited for the guilt, the doubt, the voice telling me I was being too harsh. It didn't come. Instead, I felt something else. Relief. 2 days later, Lauren called. Walter, it's Lauren. Hi. Can we talk about the SUV? Nothing to talk about. Please. Michael's embarrassed. He doesn't want to call, but we really need this. Then get a loan. We can't. I told you. Your debt-to-income ratio. I heard. That's a you problem, Lauren. We have kids. We need reliable transportation. $35,000 buys reliable transportation. Not with the safety features we want. Then adjust your wants. You're being unreasonable. I'm being realistic. You're spending money you don't have and expecting me to cover it. We'd pay you back. Like Michael paid back the business loan? Or the car loan? Or the 1,000 other times he said he'd pay me back? She was quiet for a moment. This is about control, isn't it? Her voice had changed. Colder. You're mad we set boundaries, so now you're withholding money to punish us. This is about respect, something you and Michael don't have for me. That's not true. Prove it. Go 6 months without asking me for money. Visit me without needing something. Call just to talk. Then we'll revisit this conversation. You're blackmailing us. I'm setting a boundary, like you did. This is emotional abuse. I laughed. Couldn't help it. Emotional abuse? Because I won't give you $13,000 for a car you don't need. We do need it. No, you want it. Big difference. You know what? Fine. Don't help. But don't expect us to come around anymore. The kids were just getting comfortable with you again. I guess that doesn't matter. Are you threatening to keep my grandkids from me if I don't give you money? Silence. That's not what That's exactly what you said. Give us $13,000 or you don't see Emma and Jake. You're twisting my words. I'm repeating them and documenting them. What? This call, I'm recording it for my lawyer. Your lawyer? Her voice pitched higher. You're suing us. No, but if you keep using my grandkids as leverage, I'll have evidence. You're insane. She hung up. I wasn't recording. Didn't need to. The threat was enough. 3 hours later, Michael called. What the hell, Dad? You threatened Lauren? I set a boundary. She didn't like it. You can't record people without their permission. That's illegal. In some states. Not this one. Single-party consent. You're actually recording us? Do you want to find out? This is psychotic. This is protecting myself, something I should have done years ago. From what? Your own son? From being used? From being manipulated? From having my grandkids weaponized every time I don't do what you want? Nobody's weaponizing. Lauren just told me if I don't give you $13,000, I can't see Emma and Jake. What do you call that? She was upset. She didn't mean it. She said it. That's enough. So what now? You're cutting us off completely? I'm waiting. You want a relationship? Prove it. 6 months. No asking for money. Regular visits, actual effort. Then we'll talk. And if we don't? Then you don't. Your choice, Michael. This is blackmail. This is consequence. Welcome to adulthood. I hung up, turned off my phone, sat in the silence, waited for the guilt. It still didn't come. Instead, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Free. 6 weeks later, Emma's school called. "Mr. Sullivan, this is Principal Martinez at Riverside Elementary. I'm calling about Emma Sullivan." "Is she okay?" "She's fine, but we need to update our emergency contact list. You're listed as the primary after parents. Is that still accurate?" I don't know. You'd have to ask her parents. We tried. They're not answering. Emma had an incident today. Fell on the playground, possible concussion. We need someone to pick her up and take her to the doctor." "Where's Michael?" "He said he's in a meeting. Can't leave for 2 hours. Mrs. Sullivan is out of town." "And you can't wait 2 hours?" "Not with a head injury. We need her seen now." I was in the truck before we hung up. Emma was in the nurse's office. Ice pack on her forehead. Eyes wet. "Papa!" "Hey, sweetheart. Heard you took a tumble." "I fell off the monkey bars." "Does it hurt?" "A little." I signed her out. Drove to urgent care. Held her hand in the waiting room. She talked the whole time about school, her friends, art class, the painting she'd made of a sunset. "I wish you could see it," she said. "Why can't I?" "Mom says you're busy." "I'm not busy right now." "But you used to be. You didn't visit for a long time." "I know. I'm sorry about that." "Did we do something wrong?" My throat tightened. "No, sweetheart. You didn't do anything wrong." "Then why didn't you come? Your mom and dad thought it was better if I gave everyone space." "But I didn't want space. I wanted Papa." I pulled her close. She buried her face in my shoulder. "I'm here now," I said. The doctor cleared her. No concussion, just a bump and a scare. I bought her ice cream on the way home. Her favorite. Chocolate with sprinkles. Michael's truck was in the driveway when we pulled up. He came out before I'd parked. "Emma, are you okay?" "I'm fine, Daddy. Papa took me to the doctor." Michael looked at me. "Thanks. I would have left earlier, but I know. You were in a meeting." He flushed. "It was important." "More important than your daughter's head injury?" "It wasn't. They said it might be a concussion. It could have waited. Not according to the school." Emma climbed out of the truck, ran inside. Michael and I stood in the driveway. "You didn't have to do that," he said. "She's my granddaughter." "Yes, I did. I mean, I appreciate it, but we had it under control. You were in a meeting. Lauren's out of town. Emma was crying in the nurse's office. That's not under control. We would have figured it out." "You did. You figured out I'd come when you needed me. Same as always." He stared at me. "That's not fair. 6 weeks ago, you said I'd never see Emma again if I didn't give you money. Today you let the school call me because it was convenient. Which is it, Michael?" "That's not—" "Lauren said that, not me." "You didn't correct her." "I was mad." "So was I. But I still showed up today. Because that's what you do for people you love. You show up, even when it's inconvenient, even when you're hurt." He looked away. "I know I screwed up." "Yeah, you did." "So, what now?" "Now I go home. You take care of Emma. And you think about whether you want a relationship with me or just access to my wallet." I got in my truck. "Dad, wait." I rolled down the window. "Thank you," he said. "For today. For Emma. I know I don't deserve it. You don't, but she does." I drove away. 2 months later, Christmas came again. Full circle. I didn't hear from Michael. Didn't expect to. Christmas Eve, I cooked for myself. Ham, mashed potatoes, the works. Watched football. Went to bed early. Christmas morning, my doorbell rang at 8 a.m. I opened the door. Michael stood there, Lauren beside him, Emma and Jake behind them, all dressed up. Emma holding a wrapped present, Jake holding a card. "Merry Christmas, Dad," Michael said. "What are you doing here?" "We brought Christmas to you." I stared at them. "You drove an hour on Christmas morning. You did it last year. Seemed fair." Emma pushed forward. "This is for you, Papa. I made it." I took the present, opened it. A painting. Sunset over mountains. blues and purples and gold. It's beautiful. It's our family, she said. See? That's you, that's me, that's Jake, that's Mommy and Daddy. 5 figures in the sunset, all holding hands. My eyes burned. Can we come in? Lauren said quietly. I stepped aside. They came in. Emma and Jake ran to the tree I'd put up. Small, no presents under it. I hadn't bothered. Sorry, I said. I didn't know you were coming. I don't have gifts. We didn't come for gifts, Michael said. We came for you. We spent the day together, ate ham, watched movies, played board games. Emma showed me how to paint. Jake taught me about his favorite video game. At 7 p.m. they started packing up. Thank you for today, Michael said. I know we don't deserve it. You came. That's enough. I want to do better, be better. I don't know how yet, but I want to try. Then try. That's all I'm asking. He hugged me, held on longer than usual. I love you, Dad. I love you too. They left. I stood at the window watching the taillights disappear. It wasn't fixed, still wasn't. But it was better, and maybe that was enough. If you like this story, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions in the comments. To listen to more stories, click on the window on the right. Thank you for being with us.